2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA.
Kevin, thanks.
Thanks, David. Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Batum. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. Middleton the pass to Lopez. Back to Middleton. The feed to Lopez. And it's blocked. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Now here's Jackson. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Dishes it to George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Chris Middleton.
What a terrific take to the rim. Paul George is just giving it to the defense right now. Tenacious on that drive.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line. And boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Holiday surveying the floor. To the paint. Here's Lopez. Batum against Middleton, and he jams it with authority.
And we all know about Middleton's shooting ability, but don't underestimate his explosiveness at the rim.
Jackson against Holiday. Outside for Batum. The shot by George, wide open. Good on the triple. George has got 5 now.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
A deceptive guard. Holiday draws fouls by keeping his defenders always on their heels over the course of the game.
And so he makes both from the line. Now, here's George. 5 points in the game. Outside Jackson. Down low. Here's Zubac. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's the lob. And Kumbo throws down the alley-oop slam.
And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
Now, here is George. Here's Batum. Here's Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to Zubac. Batum wide open. He fires. Off target from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Middleton finds DiVincenzo. Now here's Giannis. And the pass to Lopez. Back to Giannis. Here's the teardrop. Got a piece of it. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. Bobby Portis has checked in for the Bucks. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 3.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Here's Holiday following the score by Reggie Jackson. Giannis outside. The shot misses, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
It's Jackson with the drive. Plays it up and banks it in.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Now here's Giannis. At the elbow, it's Jackson. Back to Batum. Pass to Oturu. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. And the Bucks with some changes. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Jackson. 35 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Portis. Rajon Rondo with the rebound.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And Patterson kicks to Leonard. Pass to Oturu. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
DiVincenzo passes to Portis. With 4 seconds on the clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. That's tipped, and he recovers it. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers ahead. They're up by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
You know, this game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Total intimidation that first period. That is what has helped power them to this early lead.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Luke Kennard out there with Morris. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the shooting guard. Now here's Rondo. No points in the game yet for him. Patterson passes to man. Outside Rondo. He's looking for Patterson and finds him. Count it. Good.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
DiVincenzo against Rondo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with the King. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
I agree on all counts. Here is Forbes. 5 to shoot.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. For Los Angeles, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Drew Holiday's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. Holiday against Rondo. Kennard up top. Passes to Oturu. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Bucks trail by 3. Connaughton passes to Lopez. Here's Connaughton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Back to Lopez. Kicks to Forbes. Oturu with the rebound.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
The Bucks making a switch here. Middleton's checked in. Now, here is George. He has 5. So the wing on the left. From deep three-point range, and again, no good by the Clippers.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Here is Forbes. Here's Tucker. Not going to go that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. George, that's a two-pointer, and it's George finishing it off.
You allow Paul George loose in fast break situations. He's an absolute force in the open floor.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Lopez, no luck.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Now, here's Patterson. Back to George. Jackson against Holiday. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Brook Lopez.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time. Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Milwaukee. Now here is Holiday. To the middle. Here's Lopez. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, Lopez so comfortable down inside. This is where he makes his living, Kevin.
Outside Leonard. The pass to Zubats. Lopez with the steal. Here's Holiday. Knocks it loose. Clippers leading by 4. Middleton with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Holiday. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Jackson deciding where to go with it. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Not as good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Antetokounmpo. Outside, George. And he gets it to go. George has got 4 this quarter.
That's phenomenal athleticism on the drive. Paul George just sprints past everyone with ease.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The deepest hole they got themselves in. And that'll...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Paul George really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the center, locking down the middle. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV show. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
George against Middleton. Here's Jackson. Pass to Zubats. And Batum kicks to Leonard. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And an incredible display of awareness there. Giannis, a great read on the defensive end and understands this team wants to run.
George passes to Zubats. Stolen by Middleton. Holiday with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Here's George. And George with the stuff.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Lopez has got the lead up to 4 now for the Bucks.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That'll be his second foul of the game. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got his first points of the game.
Well, an all-star willing to do all kinds of dirty work on the offensive end. Kawhi mixing it up.
Giannis passes to Portis. Here's Antetokounmpo. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
The defensive intensity must pick up. It hasn't been the same this half.
Pass to Oturu. Powered down with both hands.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Here is Forbes. He's covered by Rondo. There's 1:40 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Forbes, and there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job with the box out.
Well, just good fundamental basketball. You go hunt a body, make sure you box out. Good job.
The Bucks making a switch here. Courage is checked in. Milwaukee in the lead. And the 22nd pick in 2015, Bobby Portis with a nice shooting touch.
And at the same time, not afraid to mix it up, maybe to a fault. At times we see them get caught in the heat of the moment. You got to channel that competitive edge and stay strong mentally.
Out to Morris. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, this guy's a capable scorer from the interior. Marcus Morris adept at using that size and touch to his advantage.
Here is Forbes. He's covered by Rondo. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Boy, not on the same page there. And a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
And the Clippers making a change here. Coffey's, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Outside for Rondo. Buries the 7-footer.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this way?
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Rajon Rondo. Ivica Zubac is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Coffey in at the 3 spot. The offensive rebound. No good from Zubac. Right side, Antetokounmpo. And that one, good. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 4 now for the Bucks.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
Rondo against Holiday. Rondo gets the bucket.
Yeah, and Rondo, he's fantastic at staying strong through the contact.
Holiday up top. He's covered by Rondo. Good on the shot. And the Bucks lead by 4.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Holiday against Rondo. In the corner, it's Patterson. Back to Rondo. He kicks to Patterson. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. Giannis comes in for Rodions Kurucs. Chris Middleton's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Pat Connaughton. Timeout called the Bucks.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
The Bucks making a switch here. Forbes checked in and keeping us updated from the sideline. Let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He said, "I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go." Guys?
Thank you, David.
And that move has become second nature for Giannis. Once he establishes position, game over.
And George kicks to Batum. Rebounded by the Bucks. An even 3-on-3 break. The trade. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
DiVincenzo passes to Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
Outside Batum. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. George passes to Zubac, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Giannis kicks to DiVincenzo. Pass to Middleton. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. The pass to Forbes. Antetokounmpo inside. Defended by Batum. No look there. Miss number 4 in 12 tries. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Milwaukee. Holiday comes in for Bryn Forbes. George with the bucket.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
Giannis with it. And that one, good.
And a big-time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis.
George looking around. Stolen by Middleton. Fast break, Milwaukee. Holiday with the ball. Pass to Portis. Here's Middleton. 35 seconds left in the fourth. Drains it from beyond the arc. And now a 9-point Bucks lead.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Lets it go from deep. But they get it back. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The 3 from Leonard. DiVincenzo with the rebound. And so the Bucks take the win. A confident win, and one where they, David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Powell, no one around him at the tip. And Covington stays with it.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. And it's the Clippers with the ball. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him. Anthony's checked in for Portland. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Back to George. There's the pass to Zubac. 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And it's George missing.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Pass to Lillard. Takes a 3. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Jackson kicks to George. Zubac trying to break loose. That's good for George on the assist by Jackson.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Lillard finds Nurkic. Covington against Batum. Covington with the bucket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Now here's Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. Traps in the tray. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. George looking over the floor. To the inside. Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George. And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Here's Lillard. The Clippers getting the bucket. Takes it out to Covington. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Powell against George. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
A minute 20 left in the first quarter. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. So for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Norman Powell. Pass to Oturu, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
Here's Simons. Here's Lillard. Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Uh-oh, starting out in rhythm. That's 4 out of 5 he's hit, and we're only in quarter number 1.
Leonard with no one around. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Passes it to Simons. Kicks it out to Lillard. And another turnover here by Portland. Clippers trail by 6. And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. 32 seconds left in the first. Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
Lillard dishes to Cantor. Outside Anthony. Inside. And there's Enes Kanter on the assist by Lillard.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Leonard the pass to Okuru. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Lillard from outside, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that concludes the first. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he's
humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
We've got Anthony. Also, Enes Kanter out there. Cullum is out there with Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now here's Rondo. Now the pass to Okuru. The shot by Rondo is no good.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Kanter kicks to McCollum. Pass to Kennard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Patterson. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Enes Kanter.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Covington's checked in. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duo.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Kanter. And it's Powell in for Anthony Simons. Got that one up quick. Powell's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. George double team to the inside. Rondo. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
McCollum against Rondo. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Rondo passes to Patterson. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Patterson's got 7 points.
This is why guys like playing with Rondo. They know he's going to get them high percentage shots.
Covington finds McCollum. Banked in off the glass.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Lillard's checked in for Jones. And then for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Leonard on the wing. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
A rare offensive rebound for Reggie Jackson, but he knows what to do with it once he gets it.
Lillard against Jackson. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
And here is Los Angeles now after the Trailblazers pick up 2. George, that's a 2-pointer. Offensive rebound.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
55 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Lillard with no one around. And the Trailblazers another 3.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
McCollum against George. And it's George finishing it off.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. A different look now for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Outside, George dishes to Jackson. To the middle. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
3-pointer, Lillard. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 14 points. Well, he's been...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot.
Great hustle by Paul, using his speed in the open court. And then, of course, he's an excellent finisher.
Powell finds Lillard. And he makes good on the layup. Lillard's got 16 points.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight. And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. It's a three-point game, and it's George finishing it off.
Jackson, great anticipation on the steal, then quickly gets them out in transition.
Lillard against Jackson, and Lillard kicks to McCollum. Here's Nurkic, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Now, here is George. He's got 10. Jackson misses. And they're on the break. Lillard with it. George picks him up. Here's Nurkic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
A physical big. Nurkic embracing, going up and attracting the contact when he's trying to score.
A different look now for Portland. Cantor, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And Jones subbed in for Powell. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Kennard, he's checked in for Paul George. And Leonard gets it to go.
What I like about Kawhi's shot, no matter the distance, always seems to be on balance.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Fires from deep. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
And now Portland on the break. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Jones. That shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Leonard. And there it is for him. Leonard's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
Pushing the action. Always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
On the basket by Jones.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Clippers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Leonard looking over the floor. To the paint. It's deflected. Stolen by Cantor. And here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop. And here we go. That one drops for him. And now a 4-point Portland lead.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
1:03 left to play here in the third. Hondo passes to Okuru. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Buries the easy one.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And Jones has it in the corner. Down low. Cantor inside. Comes up empty down low.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Goes up at the stripe, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
If you can't get Leonard a look inside, this is the next best thing. Terrific touch from mid-range.
Anthony's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And the basket by McCollum.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
And here's Kennard. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
The pump fake from Kennard is smartly done. Can't get a clean look, but gets a foul.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Good if it goes. Can't hit that one. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Trailblazers lead by 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. The Clippers trail. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. 6 on the shot clock. Leonard, count the basket and the foul. That one's on Anthony.
You see the power right there from Kawhi. Absorbs contact and able to convert right through it.
Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a... Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
2 points, that one goes.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Here's Leonard. He kicks it to Patterson. Jackson has the open look. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Portland trailing here. This is it to Nurkic. Trying to find Covington. Gets it to him. Nurkic trying to get open. And the shot goes down.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the fourth quarter and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
Here's George. And there's the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
We know about George's ability as a scorer, but he's also unselfish and a skilled playmaker.
Basket counts. Lillard's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
I like what he's doing here. Terrific efficiency scoring the basketball.
Powell against George. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Over in the corner, Lillard. Now the feed to Powell. Can't cash in from close range. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. The lead is 2. Zubac kicks to George. Outside Jackson. Outside for George. Back to Jackson from 15 feet away. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And Portland making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Outside, George. Pass to Coffee. Just 5 to shoot. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
Pass to Powell. He dishes it to Nurkic. McCollum against George. McCollum no good. Clippers leading by 4. passes it to Oturu. The dish now to Patterson. Puts up a three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And the basket by Lillard.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
58 seconds left in the game. Here's George. Rebounded by Covington. For Portland, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Gets the three to fall.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
George against McCollum. Here's Jackson. Nurkic with the block. And he gets it back. It counts. And so here's Portland. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Lillard. It's good!
And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the paint. Here's Oturu. Money!
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Lillard attacking. Count it!
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and enough. DA.
Kevin, thanks.
DA, thanks a lot. And a few injuries here between the two teams. 5 players out tonight.
5 players unavailable tonight. A lot of minutes and shots to go around.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the point guard position. And for Brooklyn, we've got Harden. Joe Harris is out there with Green. Then it's Jordan. And it's Irving at the shooting guard position. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Harden scanning the floor. That one doesn't drop. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Batum. And the layup's good off the glass. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after.
On the wing, Jackson, and stolen by Kyrie Irving.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Now here's Leonard. Back to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Here is Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
George, and he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 5 now.
And this is how you want to start the ball game. 4 for 4 from the field. Seems like they're right on point and can't miss.
Irving passes to Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
There's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
Outside, George. Here's Leonard. Doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Jordan. Irving attacking. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Now here is George. He has 5. And stolen by Jordan. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Irving against Rondo. Out to Harris. The 3. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Now here's Rondo. Outside Leonard. This one for 3. And Irving pulls it down.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. For 3, Harris. The rebound by Patterson. The Clippers in the lead. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now here's Irving. He feeds it to Aldridge. The layup off target. They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter.
Here's Mann, guarded by Harris. Right side, Irving. Took him no time at all on that one. Irving's got his second basket of the game.
Well, this is a staple, a pillar of Irving's attack. You got to be up on him, or he'll pull up on a dime.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And Leonard gets it to go.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Irving looking for an opening. Off with the layup.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kennard is out there with Morris. That's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Mann in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Patterson. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season. Championship night, I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, yeah. Got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face. Yeah.
Oh, ouch. Here's Rondo. Following the basket by Blake Griffin. And that one is good. Rondo's got his first points in this one.
You know, he's a bit of a rarity and maybe even a throwback when you look at Rondo and how being a smaller guard, he still is comfortable operating inside.
Now here's Harden. Brown outside. Picked his pocket. Patterson up top, defended by Griffin. A shot by George, wide open. Buries the long-range jumper. George has got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles. Harden with it. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And Harden with the stuff.
Man, it's fun watching Harden use the pick and roll to his advantage, getting space off the screen and letting it fly with ease.
Rondo passes to Oturu. Kicks to Patterson. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Oturu. Stolen. It's Harden with the...
Oh, watch out below. Come on now, throw it down. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Now here's Rondo. And it's blocked. George against Irving. And it's sent back by George.
Terrific focus from George there, reading the shooter the entire way through. A great shot block.
Good on the bucket. George has got 10. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Patterson can't get it to go.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Rondo against Harden. Rondo passes to Oturu. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Well, you know, Rondo's a multi-time league assist leader. If you're open, he's getting you the rock.
And George gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Green comes in for Irving. Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
You know, big guys like Jordan who can facilitate are really valuable. Spots the open man and gets it right to him.
Now Jackson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Brown against Leonard. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Harden against Jackson. Harden can't hit. Clippers leading by 4, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That's his first foul. The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Jackson down low, guarded by Harden. Jackson kicks to Zubac. Outside for Jackson. Zubac trying to break loose. But they'll get another chance. The second effort. No good there. Some solid defense from Harris. Here's Harden. And it's in. Oh, wow. He nails the buzzer. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with them hoping. That's all for now.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
They've got Joe Harris. Jordan is out there with Green. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lessons. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Here is Harden. Paul George making his last shot. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. A 2-point game. George looking over the floor. Buries it from 3-point range. George has got 15 points.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that high.
It's Harden with the drive. For three, Harris. Stolen by George. Great D that time from Jordan.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for the Nets. And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson against Irving. Harden right side to the middle. Jordan trying to free himself up. Aldridge can't get it to go.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Batum attacking. Here's Mann, guarded by Harden. Mann passes to Zubac. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Reggie Jackson. Harden against Rondo. Claxton the pass to Irving to stop the run. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. He's got 8. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do. Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
Tremendous speed on the drive. Harden is consistent in attacking the basket.
Clippers leading by 5. Rondo looking around. Passes it to Mann. Irving against Rondo. The pass to Zubac. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but and folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Aldridge. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Brown in for Kyrie Irving. It's Harden with the drive. Brown the pass to Griffin. Now here's Harden. D right on him. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
Man, it's always fun watching Harden get going. I mean, he can spray you from outside or slay you from inside. And it's usually pick your poison.
Here's Leonard. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
Clippers leading by 4. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Pass to Oturu. Outside for Jackson. Leonard attacking. Batum wide open. He fires. Off target with that shot. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Clippers ahead. They're up by 4. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the center position.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Here's George, and it's blocked by Jordan.
When Jordan comes to deny a shot, his size and reach give him a big advantage.
Here's Brown. Green dishes to Harden. Jordan against George to tie it up. And Jordan with the layup. Jordan's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
It's good.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Here's Harden. Lays it up off the glass. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
The putback. Rebound, Brooklyn. Brown, right side. Griffin down low. Leonard's there. Inside. Here's Jordan. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Jordan's got the lead up to 2 now for Brooklyn.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
So for the Nets, Harris comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Bruce Brown.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
And George, here we go. And stolen by Harris. Jordan inside. He's covered by Leonard. And stolen by Patterson. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
shoots from 8. Second chance effort, and we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. Here's Irving. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Kyrie, not a bad answer. He'll give you the needed hoop when you need it most.
Harris against Leonard. Zubac. It's good on the putback.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
And here's Harden. And the jam by Harden.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
George against Irving. 1:16 left to play in the final quarter.
Boy, and that is a bunch of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest guy out there.
Here's Harden. And it goes down 2 points. Now it's a 7-point Nets lead.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
The 3 from George. Rebounded by the Nets.
And, you know, it's almost as if he wore himself out with that performance in the last quarter. He hasn't had nearly the same kind of energy in this one.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're ahead by 7. 55 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, James Harden.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He challenged them to hold on to the lead. He said, you're in control of the game right now, and it's up to you if we win this game. Take the responsibility and own it and close this thing out like you can. We'll see if you can get it done, guys.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Now the dish to Irving. It's stolen by Rondo. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Irving passes to Harden. Lets it go with the 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the locker room, hoping to put... And we've got...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Los Angeles, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3. Now here is Holiday. Back to Lopez. It's good. Indoors tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. Here's George. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him. Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Now here is George. No good on the 3. Here's Holiday. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Leonard against Middleton, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Drills the 3-pointer.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
DiVincenzo against George. Leonard the pass to Zubac. Good D by Lopez.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Ooh, couldn't quite get that one. 4 for 5.
George against Holiday. Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
And here's Holiday. Pass to Middleton. Lock at 6. The shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Passes to George. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. To the inside, Zubac kicks to George.
You know, 2 things happen there. Excellent coverage on the shot, and then finish the possession securing the boards.
Corner shot. Giannis against Zubac. Here's Giannis. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
just simply overpowers the defense. Giannis flexing the muscles he's added to that near 7-foot frame.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And then for Milwaukee, P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Now here's Rondo. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. To the middle, here's Patterson. Milwaukee with the rebound. It's an 8-point differential. To the paint. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
Now here's Rondo. Pass to Kennard. Back to Rondo. He feeds it to Patterson. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
Well, the nice rise and fire on the jumper. Patterson taking advantage of the space given.
54 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Antetokounmpo. The shot's good. Antetokounmpo's got 9.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Now here's Rondo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And he banks in the layup.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Antetokounmpo, and the shot goes in. And that's now 11 points for Giannis.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Rondo looking over the floor. The dish to Patterson. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, we know that Patrick Patterson can step away and be a force as a face-up guy, but still plenty dangerous inside.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. And when asked to compare himself to LeBron James,
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
They've got Kennard. Paul George is out there with Rajon Rondo. And it's Marcus Morris. And it's Oturu in at the 5 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Connaughton, the tip in on the offensive rebound.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. George looking over the floor. It's rebounded by Portis. Bucks leading by 8. Antetokounmpo passes to Tucker. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. A putback. That shot missing. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. That one goes. Count it.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
The Bucks have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Down low. And Portis throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Morris outside. Outside, George. Kennard, the pass to George. Off target at the rim.
And another miss. Whew, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Tucker finds Portis. Back to Tucker. Makes it off the glass. Tucker's got the lead up to 10 now for the Bucks. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him when we used to go at it in high school. And it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. The Bucks also changing it up. Lopez, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. Outside, George. Inside. On the wing, Morris. George against DiVincenzo. Los Angeles with another miss.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Here's Holiday. There's 1:26 left in the first half. Connaughton passes to Lopez. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Here's George. Lopez with the block.
Just superb timing. Lopez stretches out beautifully to send that back.
In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. Now the pass to Lopez. Back to Connaughton. Outside Holiday. Over Morris. Lopez, no luck.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Chris Middleton comes in for Pat Connaughton. Jackson looking around. Pass to Zubac. Clippers moving the ball around. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. They've led by as much as 10. The Clippers grab the miss. Jackson down low. Defended by DiVincenzo. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Jackson. Holiday up top. DiVincenzo gets the bucket. DiVincenzo's got his first basket.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 11 points. Thanks for joining.
Rest in peace to the Mamba and baby Gigi.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward. Outside Holiday. Back to Giannis. Yes, that goes in. And that's 13 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
A shifty player who really thrives on making the right play. Holiday sure runs a smooth pick and roll.
Here's George. Pass to Zubac. Back to George. Looking to get back on track here, and that's 2 points on the layup. George has got his second basket.
Well, you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
Lopez kicks to Giannis. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. On the wing, Holiday. Back to Middleton from downtown. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Leonard finds Batum. Here's Jackson, and he could not get that one. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
Leonard against Antetokounmpo. The feed to Tucker. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one is on Holiday.
An extraordinary improvement over the course of his career by Kawhi Leonard. He has now turned himself into one of the game's best, if not the best, two-way player.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Portis, he's checked in for the Bucks. Bryn Forbes comes in for Dante DiVincenzo.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
And that one drops.
You want to be an NBA point? Take notes on Holiday running that pick and roll. Sometimes taking it yourself is the best option.
Holiday against Rondo. Kicks it to Leonard. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Holiday against Rondo. Outside Portis. Plenty of space. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Patterson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Jackson, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Jackson. Count that one. Jackson's got the lead up to 1 now for Los Angeles.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Holiday against Jackson. Holiday, the pass to Portis. That one doesn't go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
A reverse. Leonard. Rebounded by Tucker. Bucks have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. And Forbes kicks to Middleton. that one, no question, powered it down.
And we all know about Middleton's shooting ability, but don't underestimate his explosiveness at the rim.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Now, here's Kennard. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Leonard. Three-pointer. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Let's remember, in college, just a 25% three-point shooter, but Kawhi Leonard, he makes a weakness a strength.
Holiday looking over the floor. Over Jackson. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the... And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The Bucks trail. They've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's Man in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Yacht. Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice. So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
And George, here we go. Outside for Jackson. It's stolen. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Rondo's checked in, and George drops them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. 6 to shoot. And the rejection by Zubac. DiVincenzo against George. Batum passes to Zubac. Left side, George. The pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Can't afford these defensive breakdowns, especially down the stretch.
And right now, neither side can get a stop. Looks like both coaches will have plenty of material for the film room.
DiVincenzo against George. DiVincenzo can't hit it. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. The Clippers in the lead. Pass to George. From deep. The shot, no good. So Milwaukee, they'll take it the other way.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
And Middleton kicks to Giannis. Kicks it down to Middleton. Rebound by the Clippers. And pushing it out. Here's Los Angeles. And the shot goes in.
Let's remember this is a former Finals MVP. He will not blink in the biggest of moments.
Antetokounmpo up top. And the layup's good off the glass. Giannis has got 10 points here in the second half.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Shots good by Middleton.
Well, that leadership from Lopez, wanting to get his guys involved with his passing ability.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Rondo, banked in off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 2.
He just lives for the moment. Rondo there coming up big time for his team when they need it most.
Giannis outside. DiVincenzo against George. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Well, tremendous intimidation and shot blocking by Kawhi Leonard. How nice was that?
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. George passes to Zubac. Middleton against George. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. .50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now, Antetokounmpo in the corner. Middleton with it to take the lead. Nails the tray.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. And the rejection by Jackson. It's tipped, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Here's DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 5. Here's Antetokounmpo. Money!
And a big-time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis.
A shot by George. Wide open. Count it! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
So Mike Budenholzer decides to take a timeout here. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
Leonard, that's for 2. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Clippers, they've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Zubac in at the center position. Leonard with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Jackson misses. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Here's Lillard. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
Outside Jackson. Nobody near George. Hands it from downtown.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. McCollum kicks to Lillard. And he lays it straight in.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
George looking over the floor. Over in the corner, Batum. Passes it to Zubac. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
And Lillard throws it down.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
So, for the Clippers, Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
The deep three from George. The rebound by Simons. And they're running. McCollum dishes to Powell. Shoots over Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Here's Simons. Tips it up and staying with the play, Anthony.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And George, here we go. Count it. George has got 5 points so far.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Knocked loose, and it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Simons. With the second effort, another shot. Back to Powell, just 4 to shoot. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum, and the basket is good. He's got 6.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
George passes to Zubac. Leonard with no one around. Rebounded by McCollum.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Kanter. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit, maintains focus, count it.
It's Powell on the wing. From outside the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
A good close contest so far. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched a puck.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
Kennard is out there with Morris. That's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's Man in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Pass to Simons. Kicks it to Jones. Pass to Simons. Outside, Jones. Dishes to Covington. 5 on the clock. He can't hit that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. The pass to Man to the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Here's Lillard. Lays it up and banks it in. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Patterson. And it's George in for Kennard. And a switch here also for Portland. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Anthony Simon.
Fouling to try and stop the shot, but PG-13 with terrific body control makes him pay.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Los Angeles. That one drops. He ties it up. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. To the paint. And Covington gets it to go on the assist by Lillard. Covington's got his first 2 points. George against McCollum. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's George. And that one drops for him. George has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
And then Lillard slams it in.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just landing in. He wanted to make a statement.
Here's Jackson, right side George. And here's Morris for 3. Rebounded by Covington. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. McCollum, no good. Out to Morris. Jacks up a three. Clippers moving the ball around. And George, here we go. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
With his great length and skill, Paul George has no trouble getting points in the paint.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Down low, Nurkic, an easy 2 points on the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Outside, George. Passes it to Oturu. Outside for Jackson. George with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Jackson passes to Oturu. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. To the middle. Kicks it out to Lillard. He can't get that one to fall. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And now the fast break. George with the ball. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
Great hustle by Paul, using his speed in the open court. And then, of course, he's an excellent finisher.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. So both teams making some changes here. 24 seconds left here in the second. Anthony down low. Leonard's there. Covington finds Anthony. Back to Covington. Clock at 6. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Paul George, taking care of business in this one. He had 14 points, 3 assists. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shut up. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. It's been one outstanding game from George.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. Down low, kicks it out to Leonard. And it's off from three-point range. The Trailblazers shooting it really well, 54% from the floor. And a wide-open look for McCollum. Good on the three-point shot. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
George against McCollum. Right side, George. Kicks it out to Leonard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for C.J. McCollum. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. In the corner, Powell with it. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Dennis Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Leonard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. He's got 8.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Simons, the pass to Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
Outside Jackson. Leonard against Powell. Trailblazers leading by 3. Anthony dishes to Powell. Anthony kicks to Lillard. Chalk up 2 there.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Oh, that's blocked. We've got 1:23 left in the third. That one good for 2.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Pass to Simons. He kicks to Cantor. There's the dish to Jones. Portland moving the ball around. And he converts the layup. Now it's a 7-point Portland lead.
It always helps when your big man dishes it like that. Cantor, excellent with that read.
So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington comes in for Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. Here's George. 14 points for him. Anthony with the defensive effort. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Trailblazers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Powell, no one around him. They get it back.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? They get the rebound, and good that time.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
It's McCollum with the drive. That one goes in. McCollum's got the lead up to 12 now for Portland.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
And so it's Portland up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Rajon Rondo. Morris is out there with Paul George. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Patterson in at the center. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Nobody near Lillard. Sinks the triple. Lillard's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Trailblazers. Clippers trail by 15. Pass to Morris. In the corner, George with it. Patterson. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The activity level from Patterson is what makes him such an impact on the floor.
It's Covington on the wing. And here's McCollum for three. The rebound by Patterson.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Count the basket.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. There's the pass to McCollum. Lillard outside. He sinks the three-pointer. Lillard's got 12 points in just the second half.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Outside, George lets it fly. George missing again. Portland leading by 14. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Had the space there, but it's offline. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Leonard, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 13.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
It's Jackson with the drive. Deflects the pass. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that. He's been of no help stretching the floor tonight. Just 1-3 in the first half. Nothing in the second.
Now George. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Trailblazers leading by 15. Lillard left side. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by Nurkic. Lillard's got 14 points here in the second half. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
To the inside. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And the basket by McCollum.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Here's Zubac. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The first one falls.
Shooting for Los Angeles.
He hits both from the stripe. Trailblazers leading by 14. Lillard the pass to Cantor. And here's Covington, defended by Batum. Portland moving the ball around. Back to McCollum. Over in the corner, Lillard. Clock at 4. Off target with his 3. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Trailblazers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Damian Lillard.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference. Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
Can't drop the tough three-pointer. And Portland with the ball. At one point, they led by 16. Here is Lillard. From the arc. Doesn't go that time. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. Coming up next, it's time for the NBA. And let's check out the injury report. 5 players unavailable tonight.
5 players scratched from the game. If you're one of the healthy players, you're going to get all you can eat.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. They've got Green. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harrison at the small forward. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in a point guard.
Yeah, solid work on the offensive glass by Paul George, squeezing the orange and giving them another chance at points.
Inside, got a piece of it. Stolen by Zubac. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And George really good at recognizing his fast break opportunities and scorching, torching the defense with his speed and athleticism in transition.
Now, here is Irving. Harden has a wide open look. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
The shot by George, wide open. Off target with the open look. And it's Harris with the ball for the Nets. 4-point game. Jordan with the bucket.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
It's Jackson with the drive. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Irving with the ball. George picks him up, feeds it to Jordan. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Hey, when you're as big and strong as Jordan is, you expect to get hit. You expect contact. And Jordan doesn't let it bother him.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play, Jackson.
Well, you've got to respect Jordan as a shot blocker. He's one of the best in the league. his length and explosiveness make him a great rim protector.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively, but quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
Nets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Shot from 12. Misses off the left iron. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. And the foul on Joe Harris. That is his first foul of the game. So, for the Clippers, Patterson, he's checked in for Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. Here's Aldridge, and he gets the bucket.
You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
And the Clippers have possession, trailing by 2. George looking over the floor, and stolen by Aldridge. On the wing, Irving. Over Leonard. Bank shot, no good.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
And George with the stuff.
Just befuddling body control from George. I mean, taking the hit like a man and still getting all the way to the basket.
Back to Irving. And there's the pass to Aldridge. He doesn't hit that one. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Leonard attacking. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
Hey, you can't forget about this now. Rondo's averaged double-digit assists multiple seasons. As good a passer as any in this league.
Now, here is Harden. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Aldridge, wide open, he fires. Hits the three-point bomb.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the first. The 3 from George. The rebound by the Nets.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. And Brooklyn has possession. Irving from long range. Oturu with the rebound.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Griffin passes to Irving. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
You can't allow Irving that look. You just can't give him that. He's too talented a player.
Outside, George sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. George has got 13. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Brown. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. Here's Irving following the score by Reggie Jackson. In the corner, it's Harris. Over Kennard. Harris, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Clippers leading by 3. Leonard on the wing. And Jordan sends it back.
And Jordan comes to deny a shot. His size and reach give him a big advantage.
Brown drives in. The shot comes out, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Leonard kicks to Jackson. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Nets trail by 3. Shoots it. Here's Griffin. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Now here's Jackson. And it's blocked by Jordan. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. And the Nets making a change here. Harden's checked in. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Jackson passes to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. High arcing shot. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against 1 make. Here's Griffin. Count it. Griffin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Jackson finds Patterson, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. They trail by 1. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Now here's Jackson. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Harden against Jackson. They kick it out to Green. It's Harden with the drive. And Griffin scores. The assist from Harden. And that's now 6 points for Blake Griffin.
Hey, we know Harden can score, but he also has great vision.
Here's Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Nets?
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Blake Griffin. And Harris subbed in for Jeff Green.
And Harden is fearless. Awesome at gutting the defense and making them send him to the line. He just knows how to draw fouls and get himself to the stripe.
The Nets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Stolen by Harden. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Harden's got the ball. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Harden against George. Good D by Harden. Nets leading by 3 to the paint. The Nets working the ball around now. That 3 off the mark.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
The Nets have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. For the 3, knocks down the 3 ball. Now it's a 6-point Nets lead.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off, timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
From deep, George, but they recover it. And no good. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Aldridge. Harden against Jackson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And it is absolutely remarkable watching Harden draw contact. So effortless, so crafty, and so consistent in putting the defense in a bind.
9 seconds left to play in the first half. From deep, George. The shot, no good. And so that brings the first half to a close. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the... Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They never put themselves in too much... Thanks for joining.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
We've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3.
Harden's ball handling is absolutely off the chain insane. I mean, easily carving up the defense. Superb control. Got it on the string.
Now, here's George. 13 points in the game. And the 3 off target. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And the Clippers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. Clippers trail by 8. Leonard inside. He's against Jordan. And Zubac picks up. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Rondo against Irving. Rondo passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Here's Irving after the Clippers pick up 2. 6 to shoot. No good that time. George with the defensive effort.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
Rondo kicks to Leonard. Second chance shot. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists now in this one. Now Irving. He's got 8. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And it's George finishing it off.
Look at how high George gets off these drives to the hoop. Banging it down with the violence of a madman.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Here's Oturu, and it's sent back by Aldridge.
And Aldridge is in the net.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Rondo passes to Oturu, and it's sent back by Aldridge. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. Five to shoot. Kennard for 3.
Well, Irving looking engaged and aggressive there, making an impact at the defensive end.
Greg, LaMarcus Aldridge taking more three-pointers last season, easily passing his career highs in attempts with almost 3 a game.
And Aldridge shot a very respectable percentage from outside. In order to play heavy minutes at the 4, you need to be able to shoot. Good to see Aldridge still adding new wrinkles to his game.
Kennard's shot is off. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Brooklyn. Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Rondo. Clippers trail by 8. Pass to Coffey. Down low. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Yep, that one goes.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Outside Irving. Out to the right wing. Here's Aldridge. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, players like Aldridge are a little bit of a diminishing breed in the NBA. A master in the low post with all sorts of ways to score in the paint.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Harris. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Hits it from three-point range. Jackson's got 8 points.
And Jackson has become a reliable three-point shooter. That's a shot you got to respect.
Outside Irving. It's tipped. It's stolen by Morris. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's the Nets up by 5. Don't go in. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going, we've got DeAndre Jordan. Irving is out there with Brown. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Claxton in a power forward position. Brooklyn leading by 5, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nets.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also the ball hockey, the way they've come up with the steals, the way they've harassed the ball handler all day, forcing mistakes. They've really done a nice job of taking advantage. I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Nets.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Passes it to Irving. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Oturu's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
George way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Pass to Claxton. And it's denied. And he's able to get it back. And a wide open look for Irving. And finally they hit one. And the Nets lead by 7.
You know, when Irving rises up to take these shots, so smooth in how he gets it done. He always seems to be in control.
And the dunk by Zubac.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Here is Harden. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And the Clippers making a change here. Patterson's checked in. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Harden with it. Just 5 to shoot. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
George from deep three-point land, kept alive. Zubac, nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. Zubac has got 10 points in just the second half. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Irving passes to Harden. The kick out to Irving. Elbow shot is on the way. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
And George with this stuff.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Harden bounce pass. Right side Irving. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Here's Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 5-point game. On deep. That shot off the mark. The Nets go the other way with it. They've led by as much as 10. Irving kicks to Harris. Irving looking over the floor. Pulls up on the wing. Tries again. And it's Harris with the bucket inside. And the Nets lead by 7.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Irving from long range bangs home the trifecta. Irving's got the lead up to 10 now for Brooklyn.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Irving from long range. Another miss by Irving. Outside, George. Trifecta!
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in these situations, which makes it even more obvious.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They seem to... David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.